Yo, everyone, it's Tosa Fujinami, aka Tosa Senpai. Usually for VG sides, we're doing a stream of some gameplay for tonight. I decided I want to post a video up for this the Gacha revenue listing that came out for May of 2026. Now, let me just do a couple things here before I start. I definitely want to let you go here. So I think this was negative 36, right? I definitely want to have some of the music in the background so you guys can hear the music. I'm going to lower on my end so I don't feel like I'm talking over it so much. But I will... Let's see if I can raise it up just a little bit so I can stay on top of things here. Alright, cool. Hopefully it's not too loud in the background. But again, I just want you guys to hear some background music as I'm going through the gacha list and all that. So, again... You'll notice who I have on my behind me is that the mobile gacha reviews website. Now, one thing to keep in mind, people, please. Every time when I see every streamer that talks about this list, they don't realize that what they complain about is posted right there in the yellow. It says here, rough market estimates. And in big, bold red, used only as general trend indicators, not definitive revenue figures. So they even tell you that they're only estimates. They're very rough. They're not definitive. And the streamers, they're like, let's go to the list right now and not bother. Like, yo. They have the disclaimer right there. It's right there, people. Disclaimer is right there. So yeah. So they said that the revenues are estimates. They're mostly just from mobile platforms only. But even then, it's still estimates because they're getting it from Sensor Tower. And the thing is, it doesn't count PC sales or console sales, which those are another amount of money. Now, how much percent is mobile and PC? To be honest, we won't really know because the companies don't really publish those numbers. And if the streamers say they know what the numbers are, they're even being fed certain numbers that they're being paid and sponsored to tell you, or they don't know shit and they're just speaking out of their ass because again, they're trying to be clickbait. But again, like you see here, this is the real site. This is for June 1st, 2026. That's the last update they had. Let's refresh just in case. I just pressed the refresh button. There doesn't seem to be anything. There we go. Now it's refreshing. Okay, so June 1st. There hasn't been another update. Okay. So, I wanted to go monthly on this because I like talking about this list. I kind of like going over it, analyzing it, to give you my perspective on this. And again, we're not playing a game here. I'm just wanted to chat and talk about what's been going on for the month. And I hope you all can enjoy this. Again, I'm going to put my own spin on this. And we'll give it a go. Again, I hope you all enjoy this monthly. I'm going to try this monthly. Next month, I will be in Los Angeles for Anime Expo. So I will try to do this during the hotel room during the evening in the hotel room. And hopefully, I don't know how the streaming will go, but we'll see. But here we go. So like I said, again, the disclaimer. That's why I put the disclaimer huge here so you can all see rough market estimates, not definitive revenue figures, general trend indicators. And that's how I'm going to treat it as. A lot of streamers you hear are going to be like, oh, they're lying to your face. And they're not being truthful. It's real numbers. I'm like, do you not bother reading the yellow box here at all? Do you not care? Okay. We're going to go from the bottom up. As I said on my social media, we're going to go from bottom up. Just because it's going to give you more interesting. You may have seen the top, but let's just go from bottom up. Now, we're going to start from the bottom here. And again, we have two games that are pretty much EOS. Final Fantasy War of the Visions. If I'm not... what is this, I think? War of the Visions. That's been EOS pretty much. Black Beacon. Global EOS. So that's been EOS. Okay. So I'm not going to go through every game. We're just going to go through the games that I know about or played a little bit. Star Sailors, I heard very bad things from the start. And yeah, it has not recovered, and it's gonna. I have to say this: the trend. Look at this trend. It's gonna EOS before the end of the year. It's not gonna survive. It won't. Okay, the next game. Anime game. Don't care. Heaven Hells. Now this is the game that looked pretty good, a little decent on release. It didn't feel bad, but I could see some problems from day one. And if you look at the trend here, it fell off a cliff and it hasn't recovered. This will probably also EOS before the end of the year. Because again, not about the money, but because of the trend, it's not going anywhere. So, alright, Ken Subasan. I heard about this game. I don't know much about it, but similar here. If the trend is gonna stay like this, I don't see it going that much better. I don't know if this will last either. This may have actually gone EOS. I'm not sure. I heard some games have gone EOS, but I'm not sure if this is one of them that's on the horizon. But yeah, whatever. Let's see the actual fall. Similar to this one, maybe this is an Elpis. I may have confused the two, but similar. This is gonna EOS before the end of the year at this rate. I don't see it coming back. Haven't really touched these. Eversoul. I forgot. I think Eversoul may have EOS'd, or is getting to be EOS. If I'm not mistaken, I think I may have heard a story about this game EOS, and that's why it's not surprising because of the trend. It's completely. Again, I'm not looking at the money. I'm looking at the curves here. This curve is dramatically going down, and it's falling off a cliff. So, I don't remember if this is also EOSing, but I may have heard about this one. But yeah. Neural Cloud, Counterside, Overfield. I heard about Overfield. This is also dangerously going down. I didn't play this, but it could be on its way out as well, but we'll see. Silver and Blood. Now, this game, as you can see here, had so much promise at one point. And again, if we count PC, it definitely went above 10 million sales and all that. Could have hit 20 at some point. And now, look at the trend. It's collapsing. Now, I know a lot of people that I've heard about, that say Silver and Blood was very good. Unfortunately, with a trend like this, I didn't really get into gacha games very actively until around October when Chaos Zero Nightmare came out, and that's when I started trying newer gacha games. So this came before that during the summer when I was kind of getting back into my Withering Waves Zelda Zone Zero focus. And I never gave Silver and Blood a chance, which I kind of wish I did, but looking back, yeah, it looks like it may go EOS at this point if it keeps going like this trend. I'm sorry. It may go EOS, but we'll see. A lot of people still like it, but we'll see. Also, the other thing too, there's going to be Ananta. There's going to be Azure Parmelia. There's going to be Silver Palace. There's going to be Rewinding Cadence. Yeah, this is not going to last that long. That's the problem with this. So this may EOS because those games are still on the horizon. Ananta is about to come out. Silver Palace should come out soon. That will make this even worse for the Silver and Blood, unfortunately. So, yeah. I wish I tried it, but, nah. Next up. War of Nazareth. All Firing, yes. So, I tried this game last month. So, this game to me had a hot start. I actually did like some of it. It does remind me of Morimen's a little bit more subdued. Morimen's is a card battler. This is more real-time like Zelda. I'm gonna make my first remark of this game similar to what a trend you'll see at the top. And it's something that's common for the top that you will wonder why new games can't go any further up and down. Now this game, All Firing, is mostly no dialogue. It is just text reading, going through the story, and you're going from one place to another. You can't teleport, so that's the one good thing. But unfortunately, there's no speaking and all that. Now that I've been streaming gacha games for quite a while, I've noticed a trend. one of the big trends here. People do love to read. I will say, people love to read. Here's the thing: you love to read on your own free time, in a book, wrapped up and consumed in a book that you can control the speed of what you do. However, people don't want to read on a stream. You don't. You want to be exciting. You want to be engaging. You want to make the words pop whenever you stream a game. The problem with a game like this is that the control of the reading is either to the reader or the streamer acting like a voice actor. The problem is the reader will get the viewer will get tired of watching the text go by, reading it, trying to catch up, trying to stay on par with the text, or the streamer cannot read everything, or else I might as well just do a voiceover audition or get more practice doing that, to be honest. So unfortunately, I could already tell I have kept up with the game so far. I don't know if I'll keep up, because if I see, and again, this is only 40k on the mobile side. It could be a little bigger on the counting PC, and this is not a definitive number. But if you look at the magnitude of this is tiny. If I consider PC, it's probably at most 100k. That's if that's not going to, and that's in the first month, only 100k. It could collapse very far, because a lot of the games, a lot of these gacha games, unless there's a very good collab, unless there's something drastic change, the games usually go down, or fall straight off a cliff. So this is only 40k mobile, which would be 100,000 compared with all other platforms. I'm worried, and I do like this game, to be honest. I think the combat is fun a little bit, but it does get stiff. It makes me wish I was playing like Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact or Neverness to Everness or even Arknight's Enfield, but I'm really worried about auto firing. This number, even though because I like the game, this is very concerning to me, like very concerning. That's that low, and the trend I'll see is going to go down because, and I will share this. You can only do so much in the game. You really can. And right now there's a cap. There's like a level cap because of the fact that there's a quest that's much higher than your level and you can't get enough resources. And that's another problem with this game. The resources are hard to get. So I am worried this game, this may be its peak and it's not going to go any higher. So I'm very worried about this game, even though I think it's good. It's one of my 11 gacha games I regularly rotate right now. It may go out if there's a great new game coming out. We'll see. I don't know this month. This month, there's not much in terms of gacha games. There's quite a few console games, but we'll see. So that's that one. Oh yeah, because there is a big one. I forgot the big console game. Oh yeah, Star Fox. The Star Fox Switch 2, and also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on Switch 2. Okay, so that's all fired. Last Origin R+. This also came out. I did not play this. I saw what this is like. It is very antiquated. It's very antique. I am not playing this, so I didn't give it a try. And as you can see here, the problem is a lot of people do say that this person tried to relaunch this, or it's from a very shady developer. So that's why I didn't try it either, and I'm glad I can see why now. So yeah, this is not good numbers here for this one. Alright, so that's the two new games that come out. Anime. Neo Artifacts. Again, it's similar to All Firing in Last Origin R+. It has an audience. I played this. There's a gacha streamer that said it came out in May. I played it in April. That's why I see April here, because this is why. Some of the gacha streamers they will not play a game. They won't know a game if they are getting paid to play it. So they didn't get paid for Neo Artifacts, so it's like, I thought it came out in May. No, it didn't. It came out in April. I tried playing it a little bit. It was not for me. I am Asian heritage, as you can tell. I am of Asian culture. But even me, I cannot stand listening to that music drone on and on and on the whole time in the game. So that's why I could not play this game. And also, the gacha system was crap. The gacha system is the polls are crap in that game. So that's why I did not play it. I did not pay for anything in that game. And I'm glad I did not continue it, because this tells me that even though it's stable, and there's not much room to grow. So this is like about 120, 150k, let's say. That's chump change. That's probably gonna go down at some point. So in this game, you have like games like Sword of Convallaria, which you'll see later, that has a ceiling too. So this, with the music it has a ceiling. I'm sorry. Artifacts, Ash Echoes. I never played this game, but as you can see here, it's surviving. It's surviving. It's trying to do something, but it's just not. Girls Frontline, the original, Resident Solstice. This game. So yeah, as you can see, this game I did play on its release back in, and that's not November. It released it late October, but because it released on, I believe, October 30th, I believe. Yeah, October 30th or 31st. That's why I considered November. Now, I tried to warn you all, this game was boring. Boring! It has a nice mechanic with the trains and all of that, but to go back and forth and you can't teleport in the beginning, and also the resources, it's kind of hard to keep track of the resources in this game, to be honest, because they throw everything at you at once. Boring! The music, boring! The character models, the 2D models, boring! Why I say that? Look at Morimans, look at Reverse 1999, look at Chaos Zero Nightmare, look at those character models. They look even nicer. Even Morimans looks nicer. So this game felt boring. So let's just say 200k, it was like 400, 450, right? As the max, let's just say it was that, 500k. It's not, that's its cap. It's not gonna go into a million. It will not go past that. So that's why now that I've been in this thrown into the fire, this gacha gaming fire, I'm noticing these trends. I'm thinking, yeah, this is not a game I can keep up with, because there's gonna be other stuff I need to keep up with that I need to talk about that I can't talk about this. And this game is the effing ing. Sorry people, if you like this game, kudos to you. But this game, that's why it can't grow. That's why it goes down, went up a little bit, it's going down again. It's not gonna go anywhere. Next up, Snowbreak Containment Zone. So this game, I've heard about all the controversy. I've not played it, to be honest. I'm not sure if I'll ever play it, just because even though it looked pretty good for a while, once they had the maintenance mode and they still have not recovered from it, I ain't paying a dime to this game at all. And quite frankly, there's other Gooner games out there that are, let's say, have some substance a little bit more than this game. This game, I heard when it first came out, had more substance, and then it became a complete Gooner game, and then it just fell off. It just, some people just can't go back on. That's why you see here, it was at this high. Let's say this was like 5 million, 4 or 5 million. It can't get back up there now. Even before it was maintenance, it can't get back up there, because once you make the switch, there's other games that are Gooners that you can fit for Gooners. So that's Snowbreak. Horizon, Starseed, Asnia Trigger. I thought about trying this game at one point, and it looks like it actually tried to make a comeback. So that's good for a little bit, but it did collapse. I did try to almost was going to collapse, and it came back. I have not played this game at all, and I probably won't. But who knows? It's just not there. Like the numbers, if you expand to like what it could be for other platforms, it's just not there. So I'm sorry. Starseed, whatever. Time and Squad. I tried playing this. This game is horrible. This game's no good. Playing on the PC was horrible. This game's so bad. Oh my god. Even when I was trying to play, when I was trying to figure out if it was good or not, there's other games that are better. Star Savior blew this out of the water. Star Savior blew this out of the water, so I'm sorry. Okay, Time Squad, Neko Power, Sekai Connect. I thought about this game, trying it out. I'm glad I didn't, because it's really felt like a pure mobile game. It did not feel, it felt like it was just vertical and all that. I know people play what's it called? Oh, I forgot what that's called. Uma Musume, but this is no Uma Musume. It's not. You see here, that's why I just fell off a cliff. All right, next. Whatever. Yeah. Guardian Tales. Guardian Tales. So, I played Guardian Tales for a little while last year. A little bit, not too much. I liked it for a little bit. It was kind of fun, but two main problems. Yeah, two main problems. One, it got quite repetitive, quite fast. And that's the problem of all firing as well. I'm worried that, because a lot of people compare Guardian Tales to all firing, and it's on Switch. I didn't realize Guardian Tales was on Switch. Whatever. Guardian Tales, it just felt repetitive because you're doing the same, even with the new characters and all that, it just felt repetitive. So and it's not as good as Zelda. If I was gonna play Guardian Tales, I'd rather try to replay Zelda Link's Awakening, and hopefully it's not gonna be on Switch at some point, and I'll play on Switch at that point. And also the music, if you like retro music, great, kudos to you. But I personally can only listen to music like once in a blue moon. If I have to listen to that every single day, I'm going to exhaust myself. So that's why I decided to give up this game. Now, is this game going to EOS? No. It has gone down, and the reason why it has gone down, like I said, all firing came out, and there's gonna be, and again, this is Neverness to Everness came out as well. Neverness to Everness came out around this time. Arknight's Enfield is still up there right now a little bit. You're gonna have Ananta, you're gonna have Silver Palace, you're gonna have Rewinding Cadence coming out in the next couple months. I think Ananta has a beta that I didn't get and wasn't part of, but it is out there, so lesser people are gonna play this game specifically because you have enough action games that this game is just not out there. And I heard the numbers, I heard the chatter about Mina the Hauler. Why is people are like, that game's great, and maybe even better than Hollow Knight Silk Song. But why did Hollow Knight Silk Song get the numbers and not Mina the Hauler? The reason why is because Hollow Knight Silk Song has the graphics. Mina the Hauler, people think it's 8-bit graphics, or 18, 16-bit graphics. It's like, it's too retro for me. I can't play it. And it's also tank controls. It's all 4 directions, not 8 directions. So it's the same thing with this. Guardian Tales is very ancient now, so people can only last so long with retro. Only so long. And no, Wet Mindstone XPTC JJW4K. No, you bot, get on my stream. Okay, let's continue because that's a bot. All right, so like I said, Guardian Tales. I'm sorry. I know it's a good game. It's a fun game, but it's not gonna grow as far, and I know why. Again, I'm gonna be honest with you all. A lot of streamers are like, I love this game. I don't know why it's not good. You do know why it's good, but you don't want to admit it because you're getting paid by those developers, so you can't say anything bad about it, because if you say something bad, they'll take away your sponsorship. I don't give an F. I don't have any sponsorships. I don't need any sponsorships right now. To be honest, I'd rather be honest with my people, get people who listen to me from the crowd, get viewers like that way, and be honest, than be paid by someone that's like, you know what? Why am I going to shill for someone when I don't believe it? Well, I'm going to shill for someone when I know there's problems. So that's what it is with me. I'm going to be dead honest about certain things. And with Guardian Tales, like, I played during that August, September time frame when it was up, and then I stopped playing when it started going down, and it's not going back to the up that when I played it. Now, does that mean it's a bad game? No. It's very enjoyable. I do agree with some of the streamers that actually like it, but they're not going to admit why it's bad. They're like, I don't know why it's not growing. Oh yeah, you do know, you're just not going to admit it. It's because Guardian Tales is a retro game that people can only play for like a little bit at a time, and can't come back to it. Because they're gonna be falling behind when you have Neverness to Everness, Ananta, Silver Palace, Rewinding Cadence, all coming out, and with Azure Premilia also all coming out very soon. That's why. You don't want to admit it though, because you have your sponsors paying you, so if you say something, you're gonna lose that sponsorship, because you need every little cent you can to sustain yourself. I don't care. I don't. Alright, let's go back. Ricci City. Alice Gear Aegis, Anchor Panic. I've heard about this, but I don't know too much about it, so I'm not gonna comment too much about this one, but I have heard about it. Sword Online, anime, don't care, anime. Atelier Realize Rihanna, another the Atelier series, but they're video games, so whatever. Idolmaster, Metabots, Morimens, here we go. Alright, so I played this game. I also do feel that it is a very deep game. It has a lot, it's very it has a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of stuff to do. I got stuck in the story mode because I tried to raise my characters, but so the problem with this game, resources come in so hard. You cannot gain resources for the life of you. So you have to be very smart what you do, because if you mess up, it's gonna take way too long to fix the mistakes. So when I played, that was the problem for me. So I gave it up because I was like, I want to play the story and I can't. So, and I'm not gonna keep farming because this is when I played this game. This is when it was about to be turning the end of the year, and you had Arknight's Enfield and Dragon Traveler coming out at the same time. So I had to give up Morimens at some point. So I do see that this game is trending upward, but very slowly. Now, if we double this, let's say it's gonna be like 600k, it's gotten its peak now. So Morimens, people are starting to, like, a lot of gacha streamers are finally gotten the message. Like I went on this game before most of the popular or the big gacha streamers picked up this game. I picked it up at some point when someone mentioned it, and I picked it up and I played it. It's nowhere near as fun as Chaos Zero Nightmare. I don't want to lie to you all, and I'm not gonna tell. I think these gacha streamers aren't telling the truth. This game is nowhere near as fun as Chaos Zero Nightmare. No matter who tells you what they say, the reason why they're not going to admit that's not as fun is because a bunch of them, they say they're being paid by the developers of Morimens to play the game. That's why they're not gonna tell you that this game is nowhere near Chaos Zero Nightmare. It's nowhere near Reverse 1999. Not even close either. Here's the thing. It's, forget the AI translation, forget the translation that looks bad. I said it once and I'll say it again. Voice acting, reading through text is boring as shit if on a stream. If this game has very, very little voice acting in the story mode, and that is something some people want to stream. I've played some of the gameplay through the what you call it, through the battles and all that. The music is also a little subdued and boring compared to Reverse 1999, compared to Chaos Zero Nightmare. So that's why, as much as I think this game should be played as part of that triumvirate of card-based gacha games, I can understand why, if you look at this, it's growing, but it's hot. But if you look at the trend, it looks like it's growing, it's stabilized. But if you also look at the numbers and try to put in the PC side of things, it's still very low. It's not making a million. There's no way this is making a million. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So, I think this game is good. I think Morimens is a good game. But I think the gacha streamers are not being truthful in saying that there are problems with this game. And one is, there's no voice acting, so no one wants to read it. The music is a little too boring, is a little too subdued. You have catchy music or very much more melodic sounds in other games. This is very subdued. You can only go so far with a game that is subdued and not as engaging. That's Morrimans. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Good game. Good game. But there's a reason why it cannot grow any further than this. Alright, Morrimans, Acecraft, Honkai, Gakuen. But again, good that it got up a little bit. That's good. It's one of the games that's here that actually went up quite a lot, if you can see it. Quite a bit in terms of percentage. But percentage is great. Amount, not enough. Let's see, Final Fantasy, yeah, forget Final Fantasy. Brave, Bleach Souls, yeah, once the new Bleach game came out, this kind of started declining a little bit, but it is what it is, I don't care. Cookie Run Over Smash, this one came out recently, because it's a Cookie Run game. I thought about playing this game, but I tried Cookie Run Kingdom. It's so predatory, it's so useless, it's so nothing as a gacha game, so I didn't care. So that's whatever. Level Up, Genesis War, Tower Fantasy. It's stable. People still play it, so nah. I tried playing it, I couldn't get into it, but nah. Destiny Rising. So Destiny 2 is EOSing at some point. They have the final patch that are going to give people to play, but at some point they're going to stop maintaining it. Oh yeah, I think Destiny as a gacha game as well is it's not zero, but it's I don't know how long this will last either. Ethereal Restart. I tried to play this game. I've not gone back. After this happened right here, and went down to this, I have not gone back into this game. And quite frankly, this game will not EOS. But based on my perception, again, some people will die on a hill for this game. And some people will be like me, just saying that hates this game as well. I'm going to be truthful to you about this game. This game, there's no progress. I tried to make progress, but it's so annoying because you don't get enough resources, to be honest. Not only that, but it takes a while to grow your characters, and you're doing the same old thing for weeks. Sometimes even through patches, you're not growing enough to actually do anything in the game. So yeah, this is not going to EOS because the number is not going to make it EOS that fast. But is there any promise with this game? I don't think so. I honestly think that this was an aberration, and then this is its reality. So, but it's it's not gonna EOS. I don't think it's gonna EOS, but at the same time, it's not looking good for them. Mobile Suit, whatever. Lost Sword, I heard about this, but never played it. I know I saw a stream to try to play this, but again, you can see here, it's not gonna grow. It's just basically stuck. Star Wars, Super Robot, whatever. Don't care. Ether Gazer. Ether Gazer. I played this game before one time. I actually personally thought this was better than Punishing Gray Raven. I have not played it ever since, just because I see this and I'm like, I can play Zenless Zone Zero. I can play some other games. So, no thank you. For this game, yeah, I tried playing this. I thought the good thing that this game has, it does have a dub. It did have a dub, so that's the one good thing. The bad thing about this game is that it felt the same way as Punishing Gray Raven, that the combat was a little stiff and not as free-flowing. This is why Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero and I don't know about Never's Nevers. It's a little stiff there too. But yeah, Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, the combat's so fluid. This felt stiff a little bit, so I'm like, whatever. And even Arknight's Enfield is much better. And I'm gonna mention about Arknight's Enfield later, once you get there. But yeah, but Aether Gazer, I don't think I'll ever go back to this game. And you can see here, the trend is stabilized. But in terms of the numbers, this is at most like 1 million. Yeah, I have other games I can play, so sorry. Whatever, don't care. Elder Plane, I've heard about this, but I don't think I'm gonna play it just because you can see here. the trends is so stable that's not growing. So Stellasora, yeah. You all, I think you all saw me stream this before, Stellasora. I played this when it was still over 1 million, or oh yeah, over 1 million, and it was doing fine. But as you can see here, it's gradually going down. And do you want to know why it's going down? And also, when I see this online, I don't see anyone streaming or talking about this game anymore. Because quite frankly, this also tells you why it's not. And when I try to play this game, there's nothing to do. There really is nothing to do. It's the same thing. Just try to get resources so you can grow your characters and all that. But there's not enough content to like say like, hey, I want to use my characters in somewhere. Yeah, the content's all repetitive. That's the problem. The story ends in 1 day. You don't need to go past that. 1 day, you're done with the story. And they try to pad the events with the same events over and over again. They use the characters that you get from the standard banner as limited banner, and you try to pull them separately. So it's like there's nothing. I really did like this game. I thought it had a lot of promise and everything, but it became repetitive, the same old, nothing new. Character banners got recycled. Characters would get recycled in banners I grabbed them all and they still became limited banners. So that was already a warning sign, a red flag that this game is not doing good. Will this EOS at the end of the year? I don't know. From the numbers, the monetary amount, I don't think so. But I will not be surprised if this doesn't last through next year. If this keeps up, this game may not last through next year. If this keeps up. That's all I'm saying. Stellasora, Last Claudia. I tried to play this game, but it's so old that I cannot get into it. It's so old. I tried. But, again, this game has its following, so kudos to them. Kudos to them. Drytech, don't care. Again, video game gacha, don't care. Don't care, Girls War. Octopath, don't really care. I know Octopath Zero came out, so this game is getting more the appeal from Octopath Zero, but Octopath Traveler Zero, but I'm not gonna play this. I'd rather play Octopath Traveler, the real game. So Mekarashi. I thought about playing this game when I saw this right here, but now that's falling. No, not worth it. I have other games to play. Again, I have a rotation of 11 gacha games. I'm trying to control that, maybe even shorten that a little bit, because there's a game out. Because the only game I want to remove from that, maybe if All Firing does not do well for a while, that may be gone. So we'll see. So that's that. Mekarashi, Sword Convallaria. This one had its peak. This was around the time the Witcher 3 collab came, and once it got out, people realized this game. If I'm going to play this game, why don't we just play Final Fantasy Tactics? Why don't we just play Tactics Ogre? Why don't we just play some of these other new, more modern games? This has the same problem as All Firing does, same problem as Guardian Tales, and same problem as now in a different space, different realm, Mina the Hauler. The graphics matter. Fix the graphics matter. Unfortunately, you're too out there. And also, this has the same thing, same problem as Moriment. It is shit as boring to watch and play. Sword Convallaria is so... Music felt boring. The gameplay and going through the game felt boring. I'm sorry. I will say this: it has its followers and people like it. I understand, but at the end of the day, I want to be engaged. Here's the thing that people don't realize: some people think that gacha gamers are people that can stay on a PC, play games for like hours on end. What if you can only play 10 minutes a day? What if you can only play at most 20 minutes a day? This game, you have to play longer than that to get engaged. That's the problem. Some games are gacha games are meant to be played on the run for 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time, and they make progress. This game, you cannot do that. I tried. So I'm sorry. But yeah, but this game, it's stable, but is it gonna grow past this? No, it's not. It just won't. I'm sorry, it just won't. So Convallaria. Kaiju Anime, that's what's following. Joe Anime. Star Savior. So this game, I'm still playing. I really liked it. So it only came out in March for global. So this is before global right here. I did not see it in the last year. It came out this year. So I see that again. This is not the real number, but you can see by the trend, it kind of got cut in half. Here's the problem with Star Savior, and I'm gonna mention this for this game, for Dragon Traveler, for another new game that got released globally, Dragon Raja Re-Rise. Now I can understand why people say Wuthering Waves isn't so predatory. It's kind of in the middle, Wuthering Waves. This game, along with Dragon Traveler, along with Dragon Raja Re-Rise, is so effing predatory. It's disgusting. Also, Nikkei's in that list too. The predatory nature and the predatory nature of this Star Savior is one of the worst that I've seen. The reason why I say that is because almost every time you do something that's major, or maybe you go through certain screens at some point, you see a box that says, hey, 1300% discount, or 1700% discount, or 2400% discount. Buy these packages, buy these packs, buy this, buy that. Oh god. And you know what? You can only for the first month it's fine because you're playing the game. Second month, okay, we're still making progress. But then the third month, you know also what happened? This game has a problem. They're trying to do the same thing that Nikkei does. They introduce a story mode so that it makes people feel like they're making progress, but not building the characters. Here's the problem with Star Savior. I'm hitting a level cap. I can't go any further. I can't build my characters, and I'm stuck on part of the operational. The stories are done. The main story was all just the cutscenes and all that. But there's an operation level that you progress, and also the kind of a ladder system that you progress that you get stuck at. And I'm building my characters, and I'm still stuck. And that's what people that have time who went through the game for 2 months are now seeing going to the third month. And that's the two main problems of Star Savior. One, the gacha system is it's a predatory gacha game. And two, there's a cap that you can't progress, and you've been building characters for a while. It's the same thing. But the only reason I haven't quit Star Savior yet is because it's a pretty fun game to me right now. It's still pretty fun. However, if after this month I see this, so right now this is not the lowest, but if I see it go even further down and even lower than what it was before it hit global, if it goes lower, it can't go higher, then that tells me that's a warning sign. I said start thinking about giving up the game, because quite frankly, you may need to watch out for Ananta, Silver Palace, Rewind Canes that come out in the months ahead, and there may be other gacha games coming out that could be better than this. I wanted this. I wanted this game to be in my top 5, and it was in my top 5 when it released. But now it's not even there, because Honkai Star Rail just keeps coming out with stuff that makes me just want to play it all the time. Wuthering Waves has always grabbed my attention to be in the top 5. This game is showing its predatory nature, and it's a level cap cliff that it may be hard to give up if they don't fix that problem greatly. I know that they want to introduce maybe a lesser difficulty. That's not how you fix the problem. The problem is the way to fix that problem is to maybe make the resource generation more generous, so that you have more resources to build up your characters and try different teams, so that you don't get stuck. Not to make the game easier, because you make the game easier, it's like now I'm cheating the system. That's why I don't play Nikkei. I'm sorry. Alright, Star Savior. Like I said, it was one of my top 5 gacha games for a while. It's nowhere near that level now. It's not even the top 5 anymore. It's... I don't know where it is, to be honest, anymore. It's a good game. I still like it, but it's not there, and this is showing why. The trends are not good for this game. Alright, Dragon Roger... And speaking of Dragon Roger Re-Rise, here we go. This game came out global in May. It came out just recently, a couple weeks ago in May. Now, I have been stuck playing this game for hours upon hours. This game felt fun. It feels fun to me right now. It does, but it has a lot of gameplay, of systems. It's so much to get into, even more than Star Savior. What's worse is that this game is even worse when it comes to the predatory nature. That's how much this sucks. That could explain why this game started to collapse, or is starting to go a downward trend before it went global here, and now that it gone global, not many people are buying into it. Now, I'm still playing it for now because I'm making a lot of progress. Even right now, I played the normal mode, story mode, and now they unlocked the hard mode, and I'm still making progress because my characters keep growing and growing and growing, which makes me feel like I can keep going the game and makes me feel proud. Do I know what the story is? Hell no! I have no idea what the story is. But this game is fun just because I do like to see, the perception of progress. So, yeah, I'm still trying to get through the game. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's similar to Star Savior. It's similar to Dragon Traveler. It's just a turn-based gacha, turn-based game, 2D turn-based game where they go back or left and right side of the screen. Similar to Epic 7, similar to Seven Knights Rebirth. But to be honest, I do see the concern with this game because it is very, 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 very predatory. Too much of an extent. So I would say that just like Star Savior, even though I did start Dragon Roger Re-Rise and I'm still gonna play it, I have to watch out for during this month to see if I will give up the game if the trend goes below, because I could play the other gacha games and build more stuff in those games as well. So, but yeah, but this game I do like it, but I can see why the numbers and the trend is going the way it is. Dragon Roger Re-Rise, Echopolis. I don't think I'm gonna play this game, even though, like I said, there's some people that say that it's alright, but whatever. I'm not gonna play this. Evertale. As you can see here, it's kind of going down, but it's been pretty much in the same area. But yeah, I'm not gonna start it. Again, any game that's kind of like not making much, I'm not gonna give it a try just because it's not worth my time, it's not worth my money, and plus there's gonna be other gacha games coming out that I'm gonna need to dedicate my money to. So. Alright, that's Evertale. Grand Summoners, a Blue Lock anime, another Eden. I tried this. This is so old that I cannot get into it, so. And yeah, as you can see here, it's stabilizing. It's not gonna exponentially grow, so it's kind of stuck as well. Ever Crisis, don't care. Final Fantasy, don't care. So, Fairy Tail, anime. Punishing Grey Raven. Alright. I tried getting back into this around this time. Didn't work for me. I really tried hard enough. Here's another reason why this game is hard to stream and hard to play. The characters in the battles and during the battle screens are voiced. The story is not. That makes it, and the music, and along with the music, that makes this game boring. This game is bored the shit out of me. Oh my goodness, there's no music. The music is very blah. Yeah, the music is blah. There's no voice acting in the story scenes or anything. So it's like, oh, what am I doing? I cannot stream this, and when I play this, I feel like I'm falling asleep. So that's why, even though it's gonna grow, it's not gonna go farther. And here's the other secret, people. You all say that this is the best battle system in the world. This the battle combat system is so stiff. I'd rather play Never This to Ever This, even though that's a little stiff, but that's even better. Arknight's Enfield is way better. Wuthering Waves, of course, is way better. Zenless Zone Zero is way better. This feels stiff as heck. You say it's advanced combos? No, it's not. It's just patterns. You wait for the pattern and you execute it. How is that hard? How is that difficult? You guys are complaining about Arknight's Enfield. That, to me, and you guys think that Arknight's Enfield's a bad combat that's hard to learn? If you guys can get Punishing Gray Raven, this combat system, Arknight's Enfield should be a breeze. That's what I'm saying. You guys don't know how to play Arknight's Enfield then. If you think the combat is bad, you don't know how to play that game. Because this is worse. This is patterns. You're waiting for the pattern count and you press the pattern. How hard is that? I mean, how unique, I mean, how complex is that? That's not complex. You guys don't understand complex system because you think Arknight's Enfield is complex. That's why you can't play it. But yet you're willing to say this game has a good combat system. Once you learn Arknight's Enfield combat, it's way better than this. Way better than this. So that's why I try to get back into Punishing Gray Raven, but I just can't. So yeah, I'm sorry, people. If you guys like this game, great. But this game, to me, with all the gacha games that are out there right now, that's why it's only number 82 or below in terms of the popularity or in terms of the revenue. And even if it expand to PC, it's still not gonna go past, like, let's say 60 or 50, because it's not, to be honest, it's just not there. Toho Lost Case, whatever. Brown Dust 2, it started collapsing because I think it was around this time where people were like, oh, this game's getting censored. And I think there's still a notion that this game's gonna get censored, so that's why people are kind of scared to come back in to dedicate to this game. Once you scare a lot of people from a gacha game, it's really hard to get them back, i.e. Snowbreak. So this game, I've not gone back to it because it has the same problem as like Blue Archive, Seven Nights Rebirth, and all that, because you get to a part in the story mode where it just becomes gatekeeping, where you have to farm, and I try and I max out the characters. I ain't gonna farm to no end till my brains blow out. That's insanity. I'm not playing games where I have to be insane. I have to go insane to be able to make progress. This game is a good game, but the two main problems: one, the kind of gatekeeping with the story mode and trying to make more progress, and the censorship issue, which it looks like that doesn't look like it's going to go back to its peaks, which was around here. It is starting to collapse and people are losing faith right now. So, and plus there are Gunnar games coming out that are going to provide more entertainment as well. So, Brown Dust 2, Love Rush, whatever, anime, Princess Connect, that's kind of an anime. Epic 7. I noticed that the Freerun collab, which was great. I'm glad they have Freerun collab, which was, I think, around here. This was the Freerun collab. But as you can see here, once Freerun came out of the way there, this game has not been able to recoup the popularity it had once the Freerun collab came. And I've been also trying to keep track of when the next anime collab is, which it hasn't announced one, and it desperately needs one, to be honest. Now, is this game going to go EOS? No, because you can see here, it's stable. But, and this is also one of those other games where the systems kind of feel antiquated, basically because we have Star Savior and Dragon Traveler and Dragon Roger Re-Rise. It makes the menu system look antiquated to that, but maybe I'll come back to it one day, but only if a collab comes, because I'm hoping for the next anime collab, but it still hasn't come, so yeah. But it's not gonna EOS, I don't think so. Epic 7, One Piece, Paranoise. I cannot believe I have not heard much about. I've heard rumblings of this, but it looks like it's growing. I don't know if I'm gonna try it yet, but I just have so many other games I'm not gonna try yet. Bang Dream, anime, 7 Deadly Sins Origin. You know why I'm laughing? There's some gacha streamers who are like, this game is the best anime gacha you should be playing. It just feels good. It does so many great things with Seven Deadly Sins franchise and property. And when I first saw this game come out, I was like, hell no, this is an anime gacha game. I fell for the trap a couple times already. I'm not falling for it again. And guess what? It went up, but then people got caught wind and finally realized, why would you play this over Neverest to Everness? Why would you play this over Arknight's Enfield? Why would you play this over Wuthering Waves? Why would you play this over Genshin Impact? Why would you play this over coming up Ananta? Why? If this was the case, I'd rather play a dedicated Seven Deadly Sins video game that follows the story instead of a gacha. Because in a real video game, you can get all the characters without paying for it. That's why. That's a big reason that anime gacha games don't work, because you can buy a video game that has that anime IP, and you can get all the characters as part of the cost of playing the game. You only pay, like, let's say $60-$80 one time only, instead of a gacha where you may have to pay hundreds of dollars to get the character you want. Or it may take years to get every single character you want, when you can pay just $60-$80 to get all the characters you want in a video game, in a real video game, not a gacha game. That's why anime gacha games won't work. That's the god honest reason. That's one of the god honest reasons why anime gacha games don't work, because people want all the characters, but they're gatekeeped because of the gacha system. That's why I did not play this, and now you'll see this continually go down, and basically it won't make the money that you'll see the top games get. Alright, next, Heaven Burns Red. I hear this game has a great story, and that's why you see it stabilized here. But I tried playing it. It's not for me. I wish I could play it, but it's just that since the revenue is so down, I cannot keep up with it. So we're not playing this game. Whatever. Don't care. Honkai Impact 3rd. This game's just gonna it's pretty much like a forever game at this point. So, but it's making the money because it has its audience. So people like it has its audience. So yeah. And the difference with this game versus Punching Gray Raven, Punching Gray Raven is boring. I played this game for a little bit. I sensed more personality in the 10 minutes I tried to play of this game than I played in the dozens of hours I played Punching Gray Raven. Now you see why this game is stable versus the other Punching Gray Raven, which is like all over the place and can't stabilize. Pokemon X, don't care. Limbus Company, I really want to play this game so much. I can't play it on my two AYN devices, on my mobile devices, because they have this like root protection that's not making me play those games. So I could play on Steam, I know, but I don't have a device that's very light, so it feels very heavy to carry, and I don't want to play this game on a heavy device. That's all. So, but I have heard a lot of good things about this game. This is the one game, I will say this is the one game that I wish I played that I don't play. Maybe I will play it one day, I'm not sure, but I just feel so bad that I have not played this game. I feel quite a bit of FOMO on this one. Maybe one day I will, but right now I just can't dedicate time to it. Unless somehow one day, because right now there's some like flash OSs on Android that are trying to put Steam native, not through like some other things. So I could maybe play Limbus Company that way one day, but we'll see. Don't care about. Yeah, I saw this game, but I'm like, Final Fantasy, don't care. AFK Arena, it's AFK. Great, but I'm not gonna play it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, whatever, anime. Tears of Themis, don't care about that. What's it called? A Husbando game, don't care. Fire Emblem Heroes, don't care. Wizardry Variants, Daphne. Yeah, I thought about this, but whatever, it's not. Like I said, anime. You'll notice this was the last 12 months, right? If you were to go back further, This game was making more. Now here's the thing with this game. I don't even know these are the real numbers because this game has been so flat that there's no promise. So there you go. Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. I tried playing this game before, but I could not keep up with it. And as you can see here, it has its fluctuations. It's not going to go anywhere. This game still has its audience, but it also feels like you can't really do much after a while. Now, this is also another reason why people play this game over Sword of Convalario. One, this is a Gunnar game. Second, the graphics are much better. But unfortunately, some of the systems aren't, so that's why not as many people will play this game, and that's why the money's not there as much there. But it is making a lot. Again, this is about like 4.5 million if you put out the PC side, so it's not bad. But at the same time, it's stable, so it has a ceiling right now. So AFK Journey, whatever it's the same. Bleach Soul Resonance. I told you this is the same thing as 7 Deadly Sins Origin. You see how great it was doing in the beginning, and then it falls off a cliff and it's still going down? It's gonna keep going down further. I tell you, why play a gacha game of Bleach when you can just play the video games and get all the characters? And besides, there's a new Bleach video game out as well. That's not a gacha game. There is a new one, people. You can play that one. Get all the characters. Isn't that lovely? It's a novel concept, people. That's why anime gacha games don't work. Sorry. That's why I never played Bleach Soul Resonance. I'm glad I didn't. Next. Persona 5, the Phantom X. Here's the thing. Persona 5 is great, and that's why it's stable here. It's pretty much stable. But I won't, the same reason, just like the other games, just like the anime games, I will not play this. Because if I have Persona 5 the Phantom X, I can just play Persona 5 Royal. There's Strikers. There's another game too of Persona 5. There's gonna be Persona 6 coming out eventually, so not really gonna play this game when I could. If I want the main characters, I'll just play Persona 5 Royal and get all the characters. That's it. Path to Nowhere. So this is also a game that I wish I could play a lot more, but I'm not the biggest tower defense fan. I've tried playing Arknights, and I'm still not really much progressing the story. I'm just building characters, but I know if I play the story, I'll have the right characters to advance. But with Path to Nowhere, the problem with this game is that it's just that it doesn't feel as friendly towards like auto mode if I need to. So I just didn't want to. And again, I'm not the biggest tower defense person. And I tried playing the side games for this game. They're not as good. They don't feel very fun. So that's why I didn't play this game. But a lot of people like it, and I actually do like the graphics, and I do like how it's different from Arknights. But I just couldn't keep up with this. So, but yeah. Mahjong Soul. Yeah, I heard about this. They tried to have a collab. It's whatever. Mongol Stardive. I did play this on release. I gave it up after 1 month, and the reason I gave it up is it is very stiff. The combat is even stiffer than Neverness to Everness, and not only that, it got to be the same thing over and over and over. It felt the same repetitiveness during the quests and everything. Everything felt the same. I just got kind of bored with the same animations and everything. And I heard that once they came out with some of the story, the two main characters, the girl and the boy start having less confrontational vibes, which is what the charm of the game was. So you take that out, that game becomes very, very bland. And I just didn't like it. I just didn't feel good playing it. I felt like that when I was trying to get my character stronger, the enemies were getting stronger too, but I didn't feel like my characters were really getting as strong as I thought they should. So yeah, this has this to me, and it felt very buggy a little bit. It definitely felt buggy. So this game will not be. It came out around the same time as Neverness to Everness, to be honest, and I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry to you people that love this game. This game is not as good. I see this, and I can already tell it's gonna go further down because once Ananta comes out, once Silver Palace comes out, once Rewinding Cadence comes out, this game is gonna suffer the most. And guess what? Netmarble. Not surprised. Not surprised. Mongo Stardive. Glad it's still in the top 50, but it's falling. Shadowverse, don't care. Trickle Revive. Yeah, don't care about this. I tried Trickle, but it doesn't work again on the mobile devices, and I also don't know how I can play it. Maybe one day we'll see, but for now, it's a good game. It looks like it's a good game. It's stabilized, so. But yeah, Seven Knights Rebirth. It had a weird peak, and then all of a sudden it just collapsed. Because I started around this time, and again, I tell you the same thing as I said. This game, you need to grind and farm to no end. And after a while, if you do the same thing with no progress, that's called insanity. You want to get out of that mode. So that's why this game has been stable, very low, and it's not going anywhere. And as long as it does that, it's never going anywhere. This game is going to keep staying at its low, this trend of being lower than it should be. Sure, it's not going to go EOS because that's like about 7 million, and 7 million is nothing to sneeze at. But at the same time, this game it has a ceiling. It has a hard ceiling. So I don't see this game going anywhere, to be honest. And I liked it when I played it, but now looking back, this game has plenty of issues that needed to be fixed. Memento Mori, I never played this game. I heard this is just more of like a just looking at paint at pictures, painted pictures, and nothing much. But maybe one day. But I don't think I'm gonna play a game like this. Shiny Nikki, whatever. Anime Gacha. I tell you, it had its peak, but it's gonna keep going down further. I'm gonna say this. Once Jujutsu Kaisen comes out with a console game, this is gonna follow the same thing as Bleach, Soul Leveling, Seven Deadly Sins. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna keep going down. It's already feeling it, but it's gonna keep going further down. So that's why I'm not gonna play it. Never heard of this one. Never heard of this one. It's whatevs. Blue Archive. Again, this game is good. But this also is definitely a little older. The other thing, like I said, I tried playing through the story. I got stuck. I'm trying to race through characters, but also it's kind of gets like, let's say you keep raising characters, but there's no way to get through something unless you raise the right characters, which you can, but it didn't feel very, let's say, and it's hard to get pulls in that game to get the characters you need. So yeah, that's why I gave it up, but I can understand why people like it. It's like kind of the original when it comes to that type of game, that type of gacha game. But yeah, I don't know. But again, I appreciate people who love this game. It's not for me. But I gave it a try at one point, but I can see why it's kind of like it goes ups and downs, a roller coaster. Sword and Staff. I thought about getting into this game, but it's the same problem as Nekopara Sekai Connect. It's just a vertical game. And they say it's like Zelda. It felt like Stardew Valley when I was starting to play this. This type of game. I'll share a secret with this type of game. And this is what the gacha streamers who say they like this game, they're not going to tell you about this game. This game will not, to me, I'm going to predict right now, this game will not be able to will not break the top 20 ever. Top 25 ever. I don't even know if it'll go up any further than this. And do you know why? Because you can just play Animal Crossing, you can play Stardew Valley, you can play like, let's say, Rune Factory or Story of Seasons. You can play all those other games just paying the entry fee for the game. You don't have to play a gacha, and you'll get to do all you want in those games. afterwards pretty much for free. You just have to keep progressing the game to unlock things, and you get to keep it for free without paying any of the gacha. So that's why this is why those streamers aren't going to tell you this game may fail, even though it's great. This number, let's say it goes up to 8 to 9 million. It's not, maybe it's only on phone. It may not be whatever. So I'm sorry, people. This game is not, that's why I didn't play this game, because I know this game is not, for me, 1 and 2, it's not going to go much further, not very high, this game, to be honest. I'm sorry. Watcher Realms, don't really care. Dragon Traveler, there we go. This is the game I've been playing. Now, I did start when it first came out, and I've been through the peaks, and now it's starting to go down. The reason, and I tell you, the reason why it's going down, it's very predatory. It's one of the worst predatory games I've ever seen in the gacha space. Now, why am I playing it still? Because I make progress every day in that game through the story. Like, every day I'm making progress. Now, I'm not gonna quit this game anytime soon, because this game, unlike with Dragon Roger Re-Rise, you can tell here this game's making more money. But that's because this game is a Gooner game. This is a Gooner game, so that's why it's getting the more money than like Dragon Roger Re-Rise or Star Savior. Am I gonna quit the game? Probably not, just because and the thing about this game, it's the same with Dragon Roger Re-Rise. They give you so many pulls every single time. That's like they definitely give, even though they're very predatory, both games, they give you so many resources, so many pulls. So that's great. Unfortunately, Star Savior is not that way. You can barely get, you get pulls in Star Savior, but it takes much longer than in Dragon Traveler or in Dragon Roger Re-Rise. So that's why this game is still, in terms of money, is still up. The trend is not good that it's going down. I do not like that it's going down. But I'll still play it because it's still entertaining, and we'll see how far it goes. I don't know if it'll ever go back up, but at some point when there's no more story, I'll have to give up the game, or have to pause on the game, because I don't want to keep doing the same thing. So yeah. Dragon Trail, Ensemble Stars, Arc Knights Enfield. Okay, now I've been making my commentary on some of the other games, but this is the game I saw this list before. This is the game that I wanted to go hard on first. All right, people. Arc Knights Enfield. It is a very good game. I'm going to start off with that. It is a very good game. I actually love the environment. I love the vibe of the game. I think it has a better battling system than even Neverness to Everness. It's not as good as Wuthering Waves. It's not as good as Zenless Zone Zero, but it's better than Neverness to Everness. I actually love Arc Knights Enfield combat. I get how it works. This is why this is why the streamers who say they don't like the combat system, this is where I say, learn it. Get good. It's actually very easy to understand how that system works. You just don't know how to play that system because you don't give it a try. Now, the problem with this game, and I don't know about the end content. People are complaining with the end content. That's one thing. Every gacha game has this problem where at the end, after a while, when they first start out, they don't have as much content, and that's because they don't have the game just came out. So what you expect? You get a beefy story, maybe the end content's like 1 or 2 side quests, and that's about it. Now that's the same problem as Zenless Zone Zero, for instance. Like the last patch for Zenless Zone Zero had Starlight Billy, a very, very short side, like a side quest to find characters, and that was it for the patch so far. That's even worse than Arc Knights Enfield. Arc Knights Enfield had a plethora of content compared to what Zenless Zone Zero just did with their last patch. So I don't agree with the lack of content thing. To be honest, I think it has enough content where you could spend time. And again, not every person that plays gacha games will spend 20 hours playing the game. Some people can only spend about an hour most, maybe even 20, 30 minutes a day, and that's going to be enough content for 3-4 weeks or even 6 weeks. So that's why the gacha streamers are complaining, because they play the game, they finish in 2 days, and they're like, oh, there's no content. Yo, you played the game for 2 whole days. Do you think any game will have much content if you play for 2 whole days straight? Let's say if we play for like 18 hours a day. That's like 36 hours, right? 32 to 36 hours, right? Some console games are only 30 hours. So basically, you're playing a gacha game for 30 hours to 30 plus hours, finishing the story, the side content, and everything else. Don't you think that's the same thing if you played an RPG for 30 hours and for 2 days straight, and then that game will be done? You gacha streamers, your time is so skewed, you don't understand. Not everyone can play those games for 16 to 18 hours to blast through the content so you can provide some clips and everything. Some people have jobs. So that's why when I hear some of these gacha streamers, they're like, oh, there's no content. I'm like, yeah, that's because I'm trying to play the game for like 1 hour to 2 hour a day at most. And I still feel there's a lot of content left because I'm not spamming it and going through it like it's nothing. So with Arcanite's Enfield, sure, that's another reason why it's going down, because if there's no content, you're not paying for anything. The big 2 reasons I agree with, more so than the combat and the end content, is the gacha system. It effing sucks. It effing sucks. You have to do the hard pull. You have to do pulls, and then you get to a certain pull, you get it. Fine. But the weapon thing is so bad. It is a horrible, horrible gacha system for the weapons, where you have to use a different resource, but it depends on the pulls for the characters. That is stupid. That is so stupid. It's bad. It's bad. And the other reason why this game is starting to fall off a cliff, and once they announced that this current patch did not fix the system, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people just decide to quit. They're like, I can't do this. The streamers who like the factory, the AIC, hallelujah, I praise you. You guys are troopers. You guys are valiant patriots for this. However, the factory system in general sucks. It sucks ass. It does not work as I would expect. If you set things wrong, you have to restart, and sometimes restarting doesn't work. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. We are not playing Factorio. We are not playing Satisfactory. We are trying to play a gacha game that a lot of people only spend 20 to 30 minutes a day on. The factory system sometimes takes an hour and a half to make sure it's running. You already lost a lot of people because it's going to take that long on every try. I'm sorry. This is why the original Arcanites fixed this, had a factory system, but they understand that people, short attention spans, get things done. They even have like these things that like grab the resources very quick. Arcanites Enfield, the menu system is all over the place. You can't quickly grab things. This is something that Dragon Traveler and Dragon Raja Re-Rise, I love the assistant that they have. They make it so that you can grab the resources, you can skip doing some daily stuff, and just do it automatically, so you can focus on other things, so that then you don't have to feel like you're not making any progress. This game, like I said before, I love the character designs. I love the world environment. I love how the game traverses at some points. I just don't like that you can't swim or you can't climb. Those suck, but whatever. I love the combat system. But this game has so many problems with the AIC factory system, how it gatekeeps you, that I had to drop the game completely. I'm sorry. I know there are new banners out, and I don't even want to go back to the game to get the banner, because I'm like, you didn't fix the factory system, so what am I getting myself into? I'm just going to pay money to get the characters and just go? No! So, So you want to know why this is collapsing? You see how this is collapsing? This is troubling. This is very troubling now for Arknights Enfield. Is it going to go EOS? No, it's not going to go EOS because at some point, Griffline is going to realize we need to fix this factory system or else we're going to scare more people off. So they will fix it. When they will fix it, maybe if they get to a more of a crater, maybe, but hopefully they don't, but they may have to learn that lesson the hard way. Alright, Arknights Enfield. Marvel, don't care. Cookie Run Kingdom, I think this has been like stable for a while. This is also very predatory, but whatever. Azure Lane. This is also very stable. I tried getting into this game, but it's not the greatest game in the world to me. It just feels like, I don't know. Whatever. But I can understand why people love it, but it's whatevs. Beyond the World, whatever. Light and Night. This is a Husbando game. I'm going to debunk something that people aren't willing to debunk because they're getting paid by Kuro, who's part of this. This, if I'm not mistaken, is a Tencent game. Look at this. In what space? Maybe during the lifetime of the game, it's been Tencent, but in what aspect now does it look like an evergreen game from Tencent? It doesn't. It doesn't to me. But it is an evergreen game because it's during the lifetime. So I think that's the thing is that it's about lifetime games. It's not about what you've done for me lately all the time. Wuthering Waves, yes, it is for what you've done for me lately, but not for this one. So you know what? This tells me that Tencent Evergreen is just a marketing ploy. I told you before. I said it before. It's a marketing ploy. The Tencent Evergreen list. It's just there to self-promote Tencent stuff. You can see here. There's so many games that make more money. You'll look above. That's definitely much more than Light and Night. So I don't know. Whatever. Hakune Miku Colorful Stage. I tried playing this game, but I'm not the biggest rhythm gamer, so I don't think I would do well for the gacha system, so that's why I didn't bother with this game. I do play rhythm games outside of this, but yeah. But again, it's a stable, so that's good. Praise to Sega, praise to the people who play this game. Infinity Nikki. This is gonna have its ups and downs. This appeals to a lot of the female gacha gamers, which is fine. Again, dressing games, it's whatever, but it's gonna be up and down. I think as long as there's an audience for this will stay like this for a while. I don't see it collapsing. I don't see it blasting up. I just see it stable like this. So, Chaos Zero Nightmare. I am so happy this went back up. Holy shit! This is my number 2 favorite gacha game currently. And I was starting to worry that, again, not about the money, but the trend was not going good. Even though 9 came out this time, even though, there was another person that came out this time. Oh yeah, there was like Rita and Diana all came out, which I think were also decent. Tefera. Maybe that's why, because they were not like 9 or Gooners. Because Serenio came, this is Serenio here, obviously. You can see why with Serenio, it shot up. Serenio's, yeah, Serenio. And then it started to go down a little bit because it didn't have as much. But then, I'm glad it went up. You guys want to know why it went up? Haida Marie. Because Haida Marie was a limited banner that's a seasonal banner that after she went away, you can't really get anyone else. You can't get her anyone else, just like with Serenio. So that's why it went up. Also, Haida Marie is a very good character to use to use in your team, your constructed team. So that's why this went up. I'm happy. I hope it can maintain the momentum, but I'm worried that it might not if it doesn't. There's some problems with the game. I will admit that there's some problems. Also, they released a new character, Edelheid, the little girl. I'm scared that the June numbers are gonna collapse right now because not many people are gonna spend for. Trust me. It will depend on the next banners, but this current banner for Chaos Zero Nightmare, why did they do that? It's kind of disgusting. So I wouldn't be surprised if the revenue number falls, not because the game's bad, but just because of this current banner. And no one's speaking enough to it. It's a little controversial. Not because I don't like it, it's just because I can tell that people are going to be a little disturbed by it. Alright, Reverse 1999. This game will always go up and down, up and down. It is what it is. I actually think this is my number 3 top gacha game right now. It is always going to have new characters. I just love building the characters, making new teams, use them in different, for the story, for different content. And this game just has so much content. It really does. So I just love this game. I'm glad that, again, it's pretty much stable. It'll go up and down, but as long as it's stable. And again, this is could be even over 10 million, so that's great. Now in the top 25, Dragon Quest. It's whatevs, I don't play this game. Summer's War, this is an old game. It's still keeping strong, so cool. One Piece. This is only up there because of One Piece. One Piece is the only anime that's one of the only anime that has the exception to the rule. So, whatever. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, it's Dragon Ball Z. You can see here, it'll have it's as long as it's making money. One Piece Treasure Cruise. I'm surprised there are 2 One Pieces at the same time, but whatever. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. This is the older game, and this is another reason why when you see 7 Deadly Sins Origin, people are like, maybe you like that game's not as good. We'll go back to Grand Cross instead. So that may explain why this rose, because people are like, get me away from Origin, get me back to this game, because you see the investment. People already have the characters. They don't want to start over. Onmyoji, don't know what that really is. G Gundam Eternal. So, I played this game for a while, but it just felt repetitive after quite some time. And not only that, but it doesn't have as much resources that you can try to get more Gundams. And after a while, it becomes more of a discard management system, because you get so many Gundams that you actually have to merge and get rid of them. And they have some shortcuts and some buttons, some functions to do batch operations, but it's not as good as like some other games. So that's why I gave it up, because I didn't want to manage so much stuff, so many Gundams. But yeah, this game is big because you can see here it's Gundam. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's number 18. 17, Zenless Zone Zero. My number 1 gacha game, but I will admit, this last patch with Starlight Billy and Promea. Promea was fine. The story was kind of not the greatest story. It wasn't as great as some other ones. It was okay. And the Starlight Billy, it was just a character and no relevant content outside of that. That's why this was been down. Now, this is definitely the least profitable of the big 3 for Hoyoverse. Do I think it's going to go up? Yes, I do. Because the next version is going to be the big version. It's going to go on Steam for one thing. And 2, if you guys have seen the proxy, Bell, or Wise, they're going to be they're going to have their own character being able to, you can control in the game, and the battling, the combat. So that'll be a lot of fun at some point. I will enjoy that to no end. And again, I love Zenless Zone Zero, but again, I know it's not perfect. It's Hoyoverse. They don't give you very good pulls, or don't give you very, very good resources. So, but I like the game because it has, to me, the best voice acting in gacha gaming. Hands down, it does. I'm not trying to be controversial. It does. If you guys have watched enough anime, Disney animation, Western animation, and some other voiceover that character based, you'll understand why. All you streamers that think Wuthering Waves is top tier, Wuthering Waves is mediocre / decent compared to this game. It is nowhere near close. The only character in Wuthering Waves that comes close for voice acting to this game is Lene. That's it. Every other character, I could go to sleep compared to listening to the voice acting in this game. So, like I said, this game has some other horrible things, but the voice acting is top tier, way better than Wuthering Waves. But again, I'm not concerned. It's not gonna go out end of service. No way it's gonna go end of service. But it is concerning that it cannot. It just keeps having these waves. Puzzle and Dragons. I'm not familiar with this game, but yeah. Battle Cats. One day I may think about this game, but yeah, this game is been going on for so long. I don't know if I can enter in the middle, but it is making a lot of money, as you can see, so that's great. Uma Musume, I understand why this game is popular. Who would want to raise horse girls, right? Here's the problem. After a while, you do want to do something. You don't want to sit there doing nothing. And this game has a problem where all you're doing is doing a management sim, right? But are you controlling the horse girls? No. Even in Nikkei, you can get off of auto mode and you can do manually battle at some point. This one you can't. So that's the problem to me. That's why, even though it's not going nowhere EOS, it's starting to a downward trend. And maybe it's just going down, it's going back up again, but it's, to me, this game, what is it right now? Number 14? It could go back in the top 10, but will it ever be in the top 5? Will it ever be back in the top 5? At this point, no. No. I don't think so. Because you'll see in the top 5, and I'll tell you which top 5 are going to stay there for the longest time. This won't be it, though. I don't think this will stay. I think right now, people are starting to catch on where this is like, we have other games coming out, and if this game's I just sit there doing nothing, it's just not as engaging. So, but again, it's not going to EOS, but it's definitely making a lot of money. Idolmaster, this is whatevs. Dragon Ball Legends, Dragon Ball, as usual. Dragon Ball has its peaks and valleys. Monster Strike, similarly to Battle Cats. It's an older game, but I don't know if I'll get into it. And now, we're finally in the top 10. Here we go. The top 10 gacha games, in terms of on the mobile side, if you include... This is only the trends, not the figures. Let's start with number 10, Fate Grand Order. Fate Grand Order, as you can see here, again, it's kind of stabilized. It'll have a peak at some point, but it is Fate Grand Order. It's one of the more oldest gacha games out there, and it has its audience. People are very committed to it, and it just comes out with more stuff. I tried playing it one time. The gacha system is so gatekeeping that I could not play it, and it also has the same thing that just feels old to me. So that's why I can't play it. Number 9, Neverness to Everness. Should you be surprised? No. It's the anime GTA. It's very unique in the space. That's why it's very, very popular, and people are paying to play this game because they want to get the characters for one. They want to get the collect all the items and accessories and all that. But this game is very fun. I will admit, it is fun. It is much better on consoles and PC versus mobile. The mobile experience still leaves something to be desired, but even they fixed a lot of things that were wrong in the closed beta that I think that they proved. They proved that even though they failed with Tower Fantasy, that they are trying to commit to Neverness to Everness. And I am happy to see this. It is not my top 5 gacha game. It is in my top 10 as well. And I'm glad to see that the trend is going upward. And I hope for June that it can stay with it can still make a lot of money. Because once you have Ananta and all the like Silver Palace and all those other games coming out, you start to worry. But we'll see. So that's number 9, Neverness to Everness. 8, Pokemon TCG. This is going nowhere. This is freaking going nowhere. It's going to stay on the top like this for forever and forever because people love Pokemon. Number 7, Naruto. Similar thing. This is going nowhere. It's Naruto. People are going to love Naruto. It's going to stay up there forever and ever. So that's number 7. Number 6, Gods of Victory Nikkei. Nikkei, again, the quintessential Gunner game. It's always going to be up here. I personally don't play this game anymore right now. I did play it during the Licorice Recoil collab, which I believe was around here somewhere. It's going to keep going up, obviously, because everyone knows that Nikkei has a lost story. It is, and I will say this, it is in the top 3 of the games gacha games I've ever played in terms of English voice acting. Zenless Zone Zero is number 1 to me. Number 2, I think, is Nikkei. So that's why, because you can, when you play this game, you're not going to fall asleep because you hear a lot of the characters' voice acting. It makes you feel like you know their personality instead of reading text. So that's why, and again, this game, I don't agree with the polls. I think this game is very predatory. It is one of the most predatory gacha games out there, but because it's so Gunnerish, and because the story is very engaging, and because there's a lot of voice acting, that's why this game gets away with being one of the most predatory gacha games out there. But, again, if they come out with another collab, with another property, I will go log in and grab those characters. But for now, I have stopped playing the game because I got gatekeeped at some point with the story. They haven't in the normal mode. They have an easier mode, but I just don't want to play the easier mode. I want to play the real story. So, by the way, Pokemon and Naruto are games that are, how should I say this? They're and Fate Grand Order. They're very old properties they're very old properties that people are familiar with the world over. Neverest to Everness and Nikkei have voice acting. That's why they're up here. Now you understand why, like, let's say Uma Musume, Prey Derby, Monster Strike, Battle Cats, they're all down here a little bit because you need something to help out with that. Number 5, Arc Knights, the original Arc Knights. Now, Arc Knights has been getting a renaissance this year, as you can see. It was good last year, and then all of a sudden, and it's always coming back up. It definitely looks like it's stabilizing. It keeps rising, going up and down, up and down. That's because people are playing the Arc Knights Enfield and realizing, yeah, Arc Knights Enfield looks graphically better, but I still like Arc Knights better. Arc Knights feels better because it actually respects some of the systems that I've worked with in the game. Again, it's a similar thing with Seven Deadly Sins, Grand Cross and Origin. Origin, people play it, but it's like, I feel that Grand Cross is better. It's similar with this. The original Arc Knights just has so much content now and so many good characters to use. It just feels better than Enfield. And yeah, I'm still playing this game. It's in my rotation of 11 games, and at some point maybe I'll play more of the story. But yeah, this I'm not surprised is up here. Number 4, Wuthering Waves. All you people that complain that Wuthering Waves review number is understated. Again, this I showed you when I first started the stream, I show you the yellow box of the caution, right? The disclaimer. So please, this is only trends. You'll see here, Wuthering Waves will have its good periods and its bad periods, or its less periods, but it's never going to EOS because look at the numbers. If you just expand to the PC mobile PC console, you'll see that's definitely up there with that. It's making a lot of money. Here's the thing with why this went up. This is the Hyuki patch. This is the Denia patch. Guess what happened between these 2 months? If you guys have been playing Wuthering Waves, and it doesn't get mentioned very often in this game, they changed the UI. They changed everything in the UI. You don't think once people saw that UI, they were like, ooh, that looks nice now. Maybe I should come back to it. If they changed the UI, what else did they change? You can fly in the original 1.0 world now. I don't know if that came before it, but now you can fly over everywhere. If you can't go on a motorbike somewhere, now you can fly. If you can't fly, you can use the motorbike. So now they have revamped the menu interface, the UI. They have added so much traversal you can do everywhere. They give you, they don't give you pulls. They give you jack shit pulls. The bundles are crap. But they give you so many energy level resources that you can build your characters as quickly as you want, and you still have resources left over. So that's some of the good things about Wuthering Waves. The other thing, and I think I need to mention this a lot about Wuthering Waves because I don't know if anyone else thinks about this. Wuthering Waves now does one thing very well and one thing that they need to improve on. The one thing that they do differently is cutscenes and how you build the story through camera shots and through the emotional shots. Right now, gacha games fall mostly into two categories. One is the still shot where one is the still shot where or just a background with cutouts where you see cutouts of the characters talking. Some of them have emotions, some of them don't, but all you see is just cutouts of people in front of a background. The other option is if you have a scene, but the characters are just staying still, talking, not really moving too much, and it's only about 3 different camera angles looking at the characters, and that's it. So it's either so you have one category where it's like Zenless Zone Zero, Reverse 1999, Chaos Zero Nightmare, and all that in one bucket with the background and just cutouts of the characters in front, or Honkai Star Rail, Arknight's Enfield, Neverest to Everness as well, where you have a scene of the characters staying still and you just have camera shots of the characters and there's not much movement. Wuthering Waves does something different. They combine a whole plethora, a different combination of action cuts, doing action, of people talking, but they'll do close-ups. They'll do very different angles. They'll move with the character. They'll trace body parts and everything instead of just focusing on the whole body. So that's what I'll give Kuro and Wuthering Waves. Now I understand why people think the Wuthering Waves story is so great, because they do it with the camera work. Here's the problem, and I don't think people are saying this because they're not willing to admit that their perfect gacha game isn't perfect, and they're getting paid by Kuro to not bash any part of the game. The voice acting, for the most part, is not very good. It's very mediocre. I don't know if it's the voice acting or the voice direction. It is not very good. It's very mediocre. And the reason I say that is because if you've ever played Nikkei, if you ever played Honkai Star Rail, if you ever played Zenless Zone Zero, if you ever played any of the AAA console games, here's the in Wuthering Waves, you'll have people reading one line, and then you wait and wait and wait for the next line on the same subtitles for so long. I do not need to breathe after every single line. I can speak about 2 to 3 to 4 sentences at a time on a single breath and still breathe and not have to add so much space. I do not have to do this. Oh, how did that go? I think I'm going over here now. Okay, let's do this. You can say, oh, I'm thinking about this right now. I think this is okay. I'll head over there. Add some flavoring. Add some depth. It's when I saw the Denia patch, I'm like, oh, please. And I put this on TikTok, and people are like, what are you smoking? I'm thinking to myself, do you guys not play any other video games except gacha games? Do you not watch very good animation? Do you just watch like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and Bleach and old One Piece? where the voice acting is, let's say, not the greatest? Do you not watch like Eminence in Shadow or some of these more modern, contemporary anime that are more grounded / modern voice acting? Can you not tell the difference between that and what you hear from Wuthering Waves? So yes, Wuthering Waves is in my top 5 gacha games. It's in the top 5 as well for here. But is it perfect? No. Can I explain why it went up here? Yes. Can I explain what these numbers mean? Not the numbers, but the trend? Yes. Wuthering Waves is a very good game. But is it perfect? No. And you can see here why during some months it's not perfect. It goes down because it's not perfect. And you guys are like, it's not a big deal. It went down. It's still 11. It's still like, let's say 30 million, all that. Yeah, sure. But that 30 million could be 60. It could be much more because they're not working on something that makes it well. Don't you want a game to be, if you think a game is perfect, don't you want it to be even more perfect? Because quite frankly, if you think it's perfect, then you got screw loose because there's nothing perfect in this world. It could always get better. So, but yeah, this game is great, but there are so many flaws. There's another flaw I didn't mention, but there's so many flaws that can make this even better. Number 4, Wuthering Waves. Number 3, Honkai Star Rail. This game, similarly, is always going to be in the top 5. It's not going anywhere. This game has too much of a following, and not only that, people love the characters. Everyone says Wuthering Waves has the most mature looking characters. This one has the most recognizable characters, to be honest, because the designs are very recognizable and they shine and sparkle. So, not the character sparkle, but you know what I mean. But yeah, but this game's never gonna go away. It had its anniversary recently that's still celebrating, so not surprised that it's going up. This game, as I said, is one of the top 3 to me in its voice acting. It can't get power level creep, and that's one of the things I don't like about this game. Is its power level creeping sucks. The bundles suck that you can buy, but this game you just build the teams, and you have so many teams that you just attach yourself to. Number 2, Genshin Impact. This will always be in the top 3. There's no way this will never be in the top 3 of a month. This game still has too much of a following, and it's never going to go away because they always introduce something that people are going to love. So, this and Wuthering Waves are always going to compete, like clash. So, and number 1, I already know what it is, but it is Love and Deep Space, a husbando game. Look at all the girls that are going to pay for this. Yeah, there's no way this is ever going to go away. This will always stay in the top 3 as well. Or in the top 5. So that is the top the Gacha revenue list for the month. And as I will mention before, I will point this out again the second time. I will point out a third time later. These are just estimates. They're not definitive revenue figures. They are general trend indicators. They even tell you this, and they're only doing mobile. If you're a streamer, you are lying to your audience by saying, "Oh, these numbers are fake. These numbers are not the real thing. They think they're treating as real things. So we're gonna bash them because they aren't real." They even tell you these may not be the real thing, but they're estimates they're estimates. So treat it as an estimate. If you are telling if you're treating it as real, legit revenue, even though this is saying it's estimate, you as a content creator are lying to your audience straight to their face, because you're showing this entire list here, but you're not showing what's at the very, very top. That's why I want to make this list, because not enough people are highlighting this part right here. But again, now the top 10, as you can see here, Wuthering Waves finally got their top 10 that they needed. Fate Grand Order, that's usually been the top 10. Expected, that I'm hoping stays. Not surprised. This is gonna stay here as long as Arknight's Enfield fails. This will stay here. This will stay for forever now. Not surprised. Not surprised. Not surprised. Not surprised. The only one that can come back into here sometimes could be Battle Cats. I'm not sure. Sometimes could be Zenless Zone Zero. Sometimes could be Monster Strike. So So Monster Strike. Musume as well. Yeah. So some other ones that could be in the top 10. Monster Strike, Dragon Ball, Musume, Battle Cats, Zenless Zone Zero, all that. SD Gundam G Generation Eternal could go back up. So, but yeah, these top 10. Am I surprised? No. Like, I don't play this, but I know a lot of women do. I don't play this, but I don't play these two, but they're huge properties. Same with this is huge. Never Ceres, I play it. I understand why. Nikkei, I used to play it, but I still understand why. Arknights, understand. Wuthering Waves, obvious. Honkai, obvious. Genshin, don't play, but obvious. So yeah. So that's the top 10. And again, I expect that this these will stay in the top. These 3, and then these 4 will stay in the top 10. I hope this one stays because I think at this point it'll probably stay from now. So that's 8. Never Snaps, I'm not sure. And then for the last 2, it could be anything from 18 and up. Anything from 18 up, except for this one. I don't know why this one not here. Except for this one, anything from 18 up here could replace the last 2. But this top 8 here could probably stay for next month as well. I'm predicting. And yeah, Stellasora, Star Savior. Oh, I'm worried about you too. Same thing with Dragon Roger Re-Rise. Yeah, I'm worried about that one too. But yeah, that's the list right now. Again, I just wanted. This is the first time doing a straight YouTube video of this. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna do this next month. It's gonna be a different format because I'm not gonna go through so much commentary since I've already done so much. But we'll definitely try something different for next month. But we'll go through our list again. But again, this has been Tosa Fujinami, aka Tosa Senpai. Thank you for watching me go through the Gacha revenue list. Again, like I said, read the disclaimer here. It's just estimates, not definitive figures. It's for only trends. So people, please, do not fool your audience saying that these numbers are fake because they're fake. They're not. They're worthless. There's even a disclaimer here. Disclaimer means something, people. If they didn't have the disclaimer, I'd be like the same thing. This is shit. But they have it here, so it's not as bad as you think, people. All right, everyone. This has been Tosa Fujinami. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all on Sunday. I will not be posting any other videos. I'm just going to do my Sunday stream as I do every week. However, I'm not sure if I'm doing 1 or 2 streams because Wuthering Waves is coming out with the Cyberpunk patch Sunday. I believe it's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern. So I am definitely going live immediately when that patch goes live. But I don't know if I'll do anything before that because Neverest to Everness also is coming out with an update, I think tomorrow, that I may wait until Sunday to stream that, and we'll go through that as well. So I may be streaming twice on Sunday, one for Neverest to Everness, and another for the Wuthering Waves Cyberpunk patch. Alright everyone, thank you so much. I'll see you all on Sunday. But it's been good seeing you all. It's been good with you all. So again, have a good night, and we'll be back on Sunday, and I'll see you all at that time. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.